Groundhog Gazette is a light, solitaire puzzle game. You are a photographer for the Groundhog Gazette. You're trying to surround the newspaper with the item cards. You start with the newspaper off to the side, put the groundhog shadow in the middle, and put the groundhog on top of its shadow. Take the remaining cards, which are the item cards, and just shuffle them up. Draw 3 cards. Okay, so you draw 3 cards, and then you just pick one to go on top of the groundhog. And then the groundhog's going to move up above it. Now, there's 8 spots around the shadow here, and there's another ring of 8 spots for the groundhog to be going around. Now, each turn goes through 3 steps. Step 1 is you draw a card. I've got 3 cards in my hand. And then step 2 is place a card. Now, say I place the anchor here. Step 3, the groundhog moves. If the groundhog sees a shadow, that's game over, I lose. So I don't want to go there. I need to place something here to block the groundhog from seeing a shadow. So I might place the snorkel here, and the groundhog moves. It's blocked from seeing a shadow, great. Then I'm going to check the card that he sees. Each card represents one of your volunteers who's posing with warm weather items to get photo opportunities for your newspaper. This snorkel can be activated when it's below the disc or above ice cream. So it doesn't activate here, that's into my turn. So new turn, I draw a card. Okay, so I'll play an ice cream here. Groundhog moves, checks the ice cream. It's not below a kite or above a basket, so nothing happens. Draw a card. And in this case, I knew to place the ice cream there because I had a disc in my hand. So when I play the disc here, the groundhog moves and sees the disc. Then because the disc has a condition of being adjacent to the ice cream to activate, I'll score this. So to score it, I just place it next to my newspaper over here. You can place it around any of the 8 spots. You win when you get all 8. There is some bonus scoring here. It's just for tracking your own skill at the game. You win by just getting 8 cards. The disc does get more points for being in that specific spot, so I can put it there as 4 points for the optional scoring. Okay, now I just took a picture and the flash on my camera startles the groundhog. So he flips over and he's now going the other direction. So now I've got some time. I don't have to place the card right here. You know, I saw my new turn, I draw a card, and then I place a card, and I could put it here, I could put it around here. I can even cover up an existing card. But then the groundhog's going to move, and it's fine, he doesn't see a shadow. Oh, and one thing I forgot to do there, which you don't really have to do, but you just rotate the shadow at the last point the groundhog scored. You don't really have to do this because it's just there if the groundhog's going to make a complete loop and not hit anything, then you lose. But it's a helpful reminder to just have them rotate to face that. Okay, so draw a card. And yeah, you're just going to keep drawing cards and placing them and then moving the groundhog. Keep going around. And every time you activate a card, you're going to place it next to a newspaper. And you just need 8 cards there to win. So that's the basics. It's pretty simple. It can get tricky though when you're realizing that as you're activating cards, you're leaving gaps in there. And as you're running out of cards too, you're going to have to plan ahead. So step 1, draw a card. If there's no more cards in the deck, you just skip that step. Step 2, place a card. When you're out of cards in your hand, you just skip that step. And then step 3, move the groundhog. So it can get to a point where to get the last 1 or 2 cards around your newspaper, you've got to have planned ahead which items you place where, so the groundhog is sort of moving, activate, flipping, moving, activate, flipping. Maybe you've got cards stacked to help with that. Yeah, that is how to play Groundhog Gazette.